I am Luciana Hartwin. Welcome to the Lilith Verse. As always, if you find value here, please share, like, comment, and subscribe. The Serpent and the Egg. Lilith's hidden connection to Ostara. There is a moment, just before the world tips fully into spring, when the air itself holds its breath. The trees, bare-fingered and waiting, shiver under the weight of what is coming. The earth, once stiff and unyielding, softens. Beneath the soil, something stirs. It is Ostara, the equinox, the moment where dark and light stand in perfect balance, before the scales tip towards warmth, toward green, toward life. But this is not a gentle season. Oh no. Spring is not a polite knocking at the door. It is the storm that shatters winter's hold. It is a rebellion against stillness, a mutiny against silence. And perhaps, in that, there is something of Lilith. The symbols of Ostara. Ostara is a festival of fertility and renewal, of rabbits and eggs, of things that burst forth and multiply. The egg, in particular, is ancient, older than any written word, older than the gods we know by name. It is the vessel of creation, the unbroken promise of what will be. And then there is the serpent. The snake, coiled and knowing, has always been a symbol of transformation. It is the shedding of old skin, the cycle of death and rebirth. It moves between worlds, between the earth and across the branches of trees. It is a creature of wisdom, of temptation, of power. It is no accident that the serpent found its way into the Garden of Eden. And it is no accident that Lilith did too. Lilith, the serpent, and the garden. The story goes like this. Once there was a woman who would not kneel. She was made from the same soil as the first man, and so she thought, foolishly perhaps, that she should stand as his equal. But the garden had rules, and the one who made the rules did not take kindly to rebellion. So she left, or she was cast out, or she simply walked away. The stories disagree on the details, but the ending is always the same. Lilith was gone, and something else took her place. A quieter woman, a more obedient one. And then the serpent came. Some say it was the devil in disguise, a trickster with a forked tongue. But there is another version of the story, one whispered in places where the old gods still remember their names. What if the serpent was Lilith? What if she never truly loved the garden, only changed shape? What if, instead of kneeling, she returned as something else, something that offered Eve a choice? Knowledge, after all, is a dangerous thing. It is a door that cannot be closed once opened, a fire that cannot be unlit, a seed that once planted will grow. And so Eve ate, and the world changed. The serpent, the egg, and the goddess. Lilith is not a goddess of fertility in a traditional sense. She does not bring gentle rains or bless the womb with life. She is not Demeter sowing golden fields, nor Yoster weaving sunlight into wildflowers. But fertility is not just the birth of children. It is the birth of ideas, of rebellion, of knowledge that cannot be untaught. And in that, Lilith and Ostara are not so different. Both are about beginnings. Both are about choice. Both are about the breaking of what was, so that something new can be born. The egg is not a passive thing. It is a barrier, a prison, if you will, and to be born, one must first break free. So too does the snake shed its skin, leaving behind what no longer fits, stepping into what it was always meant to become. And Lilith? She has always been the one who walks away, the one who refuses to stay small, to stay caged, to stay less than what she is. Lilith as a symbol for Ostara. Ostara is a time for transformation, for breaking the shell, shedding the skin, stepping forward into who you are meant to be. It is a time for planting seeds, not just in the earth, but in yourself. And perhaps, as you stand in that place of balance, where dark meets light, where winter meets spring, you might feel her presence. Not as a demon, not as a monster, but as a force of change. Lilith does not ask for permission. She claims herself. And what is spring, if not a claim upon the world? So when you paint your eggs, when you light your candles, when you celebrate the return of warmth, remember this. There is power in breaking the old to make way for the new. And there is power in choosing again and again who you will become. If you found value here, please share, like, comment, and subscribe. I am Luciana Hartwin. Thank you for joining me today here in the Lilith Verse.